see how that works. That might be a bit better. Oh dear, we've got to get this sorted out. The tissue might... let's try that. Oh, that's a lot better. There we go. Well, oh, missed. Hey, Eddie is in. Hi, Eddie. Let me just change my filters. Indeed, we are not in the van. We're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. Or rather, I'm not in the van. Oh, I'm trying to set this up. Hey, hi, Emmy. Oh, let me try that light above me is just no use at all. Let's just change this up entirely. Let's get on the bed. We've got a big bed. It's huge. But me and Ethan will be sharing, so we need a big bed so I can be distanced from his guffs when he does them. So here I am, sat on a bed talking to you guys. I could go to the chair over there, but there is a chair. Let me give you a little spin around. This is the room. It's very nice, actually. Oh, look who's there. Somebody has joined us. It is Owlie. But yeah, look, got a lovely room, beautiful. Except for, like, you know, my trousers and stuff hanging around everywhere. We've got a nice bureau over there with the TV. And then I've spoiled it by hanging some of my work cloths that I've cleaned. I've cleaned myself and my cloths. My work cloths had to get done, so I did those in the bath first, and then had a long soak myself. So yeah, you were indeed waiting a whole 13 minutes, Eddie. I do apologise. We've got a this from Emmy. Hi, Emmy. Hi, Sparker as well. You're right, Sparker. So Sienna will be devastated that I'm not still in the bath. She has made it very clear that she expected to see a stream from a bath, which I thought was probably a bit inappropriate, but I did consider it for 5 seconds just because I'd probably get quite a lot of clicks, a lot of views, and then very swiftly taken off by YouTube, I imagine. Yeah, all messages I think is turned on. Let me check. Yeah, chat for all messages. Yep. Thank you for reminding me, Ellie. No, Ethan's not with me yet. He'll join me tomorrow, and he'll be enjoying the space. But I have some of his bits already, as you see. I've got Owlie there, and then his PJs already. I bought like the dock and stuff ready for the Switch, so we can get his Switch 2 hooked up to the TV over there. So we're gonna have a really nice week. We'll probably do some bowling. We'll probably play loads of Mario Kart, and yeah, we'll get out, do some walking, and we'll just have a lot of real fun stuff this week. He does have his table tennis tournament, but it's all going to be go. We're going to just go with it. We've got Pete in. Hi, Pete. Well, thanks for popping in and saying hi. You know what to do as well, don't you? Hope you're well, Pete. Hope you are having a nice day. And Gracie's in. Hi, Gracie. You're not late, Gracie. To be fair, we only just started. We've been live for like 4 minutes now, so you're good. You've missed absolutely nothing. I just showed the room quickly where I'm staying. It's a lovely room. It really is. So I'll give a bit of an update now because I know I'm going to have to do it later anyway. So, you know, the key people are in already, and we'll just tell the stragglers as they come in what the day entailed. So the weather was due to be bad in the afternoon, so I quickly got out to work really early on. I booked the collection of the van for the afternoon as well, with the intention of just getting all my work done out of the way in the morning, which I did do. Got back home, sorted it all out, got it all repacked again. I did a little bit of packing last night, to be fair, like all the heavy stuff, like the most of it. So there wasn't a huge amount to do today, so I could focus more on thinking about what I was actually doing and not messing up and making any mistakes. Got all that done out of the way. The guy turned up at a really nice time, around about lunchtime. So yeah, he took the van away, and I can tell you, I was very anxious. It kind of hit me at that moment as he was putting up onto that bed that I'm not going to see my van for like an unknown amount of time, and that it's no longer in my control. Like I've left the van for, you know, days at times when I've gone on trips, but usually in the hands of somebody that like I know. So often, like for instance, I did 8-day trip across the country a couple of years back, and when I did that, I left it parked in, I think it was Biggleswade, with my ex and the 2 boys. So it was looked after, and I knew it wasn't going to, like anything was going to weird happen to it. But now some strangers have got it and they've just took it off to God knows where. Yeah, it was a very anxious moment. I have to say, it just kind of like caught me, and I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. But I had some real, like, I guess you'd call it separation anxiety, which is weird. But yeah, it was definitely anxiety about like just essentially the potential of losing a van. Hi Kit, good to see you. Do we have someone in called Ars Barhal? I might, surely that's not a name, but welcome in, health to you as well. Vic's in, hi Vic, good to see you. I guess we've got a cloudy night tonight, have we, over at Northern Ireland. Good to see you, my man. I've been enjoying your little updates on what you've been getting up to with that. I tell you, I really want to get over Northern Ireland and obviously get out for some of the walks over there, because you've got some lovely scenery over there. But I need to come and see your kit and see how it all works, and like get a crash course in how to take the shots of the heavens that you do. It's crazy. And he said I'm going to start taking the new meds in 6 days. They have me on 2 new ones. Oh, two new ones. Okay. Well, here's fingers crossed that they do a better job, Ellie, and that you're in a lot less pain, and that they do wonders for you. I hope as well. I mean, I assume there's some sort of long-term plan to, because you said if you've got a surgery to do, I assume that surgery is designed to hopefully like take the pain away and stop them and resolve the problem. I knew you'd say that, Vic. I definitely feel like it's worth a trip at some point. I figure the van should be able to get on a ferry from, I suppose, where would be the place? Would it be from somewhere in England, or would it be somewhere in Wales? I don't know. How's the best way to get the van to Northern Ireland? Yeah. They need to build a bridge or something, don't they? I tell you. Some of the big bridges they've got out there, you'd thought they'd have built a bridge by now. Or I assume they haven't built a bridge. I could sound really stupid then, but I don't think there's a bridge. I am too tired to be thinking. I tell you, I'm shattered today, because it was obviously I woke up really early to get started at work. But yeah, so but the next part of the story anyway. I'll get on with the update. So the van got taken away, and I got back to have like basically quickly made my lunch, had my lunch, and then took some time to really think about what I wanted to do with the week in terms of where I wanted to stay, and so therefore how long did I want to book the hotel for. And I was planning on booking the hotel, the Days Inn, I think it's called, or something, over at the Baldock Services, and I can highly not recommend that place. I booked it online, and I double checked first, and it said that they have a shower over bath in the room that I was booking, and it was supposed to come with like a double bed and a single bed, and then a sofa bed as well. Now I go in, no one's about, but there's a bell, so I press the bell. The guy comes out, proper just like, what an attitude, immediately. Just couldn't be bothered to be there and couldn't be bothered to deal with me. So he was very matter of fact, very kind of abrupt. You know, abrupt and abrasive would be the only 2 words to describe this guy. Yeah, he just kind of rushed me through it all, slapped a couple of keys down on me, and just sort of very nonchalantly, sort of like down there on the left. And so that was it. I was a bit like, wow, dude, you know, a bit of customer service here. I mean, it'll obviously kill him to put a smile on his face, but he could have maybe, like, you know, done a little bit more of a, you know, welcoming kind of attitude, but no, nothing like that. So I go down to the room, And I have a quick look around inside the room and immediately find out there is no bath, it's just a shower, like a walk-in shower. So I go back out and I go to him, sorry mate, don't want any pain, but when I'd made the booking, it said the room would have it said shower over bath, so I was expecting to see a bath. And he's like, oh no, none of our rooms have baths. And then he caught himself, he's like, well, except for the disabled ones. I was like, okay. And I thought he was going to say, we can resolve it, we'll give you one of the disabled ones, because there's obviously more than one, and if there's any available, he could probably just give me one. But he didn't even make a reach for that. He was just like, well, you know, if you don't want a room, I can refund it. And I was like, oh, okay, give me a second just to think about it. I want to see if I've got any other options, because I thought, I'm not going to go to the trouble of cancelling this, booking somewhere else, only to find the same issues. So I had a quick look around, and there was one not far up the A1 that definitely had a bath, because they had a picture of it, and it said a bath, and I was like, okay, that one's got bath. So I was like, same price, it's just a bit further up the road. That's the base. I can definitely find something. That's a baseline of like, I can find something better than this thing, because I want my bath. I was thinking to myself, this is key. So I said, no, refund it then, mate. And then he was giving me all sorts of nonsense about how it was my fault for not checking the booking. I said, no, mate, it definitely said shower over bath. Not shower or bath, but shower over bath. So, and he was really trying to pin it on me, and I was like, whatever, mate. Just like giving him a refund, I want to get going. And I had to stand there for like about 20 minutes waiting for him to sort it all out. But he did, and he gave me my money back. So then I looked at this other place, and I started to think about what I'd seen and what I'd experienced in his room. I was like, first of all, it wasn't as nice as the pictures online looked, and it smelled. It smelled not very nice at all. He hadn't given me a lot of options, so he just put me like on ground floor. I'm not entirely sure if he even gave me the correct type of room that I'd booked even. I don't think he was paying much attention to anything. But yeah, it was pretty grim, and I was like, I wouldn't want to stay in something like that. So I re-looked at the one I'd seen and was like, they might have a bath, but I don't like the look of it. I think it's an even worse standard. So I'm going to have a look around, see if I can find somewhere nicer. And I found this one, which is actually in Henlow, and I've seen it many a time driving by. I literally was working just down the road from this earlier in the day, and I was like, okay, that one I know is supposed to be of quality, and I expected it to be a lot more to stay here, but I didn't want to fall in the same trap. And it did seem like there was a picture of one of the rooms at least with a bath, but I wasn't 100% sure. I was like 99% sure it was their superior room or whatever. So I was like, I'm going to call them up and I'm going to just see. So I called up the guy and I just asked, you know, this room, does it come with its own, it says it comes with its own separate bathroom. Does it actually have a bath? He's like, yeah, it's no problem. And he was really friendly, and he talked me through it, and he confirmed everything. And then he said, do you want me to book it in now? Because if I book it directly, I can do you a better deal than if you do it online, because they take big commission. I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And then I said to him, do you want me to do cash as well, just to make it easier so you ain't got to pay any payment fees? He was like, oh yeah, it'd be good. So I dropped him for the cash, and so this place for 30 quid more for the 4 nights, and it is way more luxurious than the other places, and I've got a separate bathroom all to myself, like a proper ensuite bathroom just next door. Brilliant bath, massively deep, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I just spent like about an hour and a half in that thing. Oh dear. Right, that's the day anyway, and I'm in, and yeah, it's all good. It's all solid. That's the day. But what a hassle with hotels, honestly. So yeah, I hope you're well, Kit. I hope you're doing okay, and Sparker as well, and Vic, and everyone else. Grace, I was doing my diamond earlier today. Oh, you're getting on with the dragon, are you? I assume. I don't know what Eddie's talking about with Gracie. I'm going to just jump past that. Who's throwing socks at Gracie? Weird. Okay. Am I tearing up? No, I'm not tearing up. I'm definitely tired though, so I'm probably get watery eyes, and I'll probably be a bit bloodshot even maybe. I feel really relaxed though now after the ridiculously hot and ridiculously long bath. I'm probably like semi-poached, probably. Oh dear. Yeah, but that in a nutshell was my day, and yeah, it's it was a sort of a tough morning, a rough afternoon, and it has finished with a really lovely bath and just yeah. I tell you, Sparker, it was a real joy to have a bath. I mean, it's been so long. Oh dear, but the whole routine came back to me. You know, that kind of like slowly getting myself into the scalding hot water and stuff like that. Yeah. So I take it you're back from the pub, are you, Gracie? I remember you said you were down the pub before, so I guess it was like one of those sort of things you go down with the family. Thank you, Sparky. Yeah, I do feel like after this last, like, almost 2 weeks now, I definitely deserve like a little bit of a treat, and I have had some treats. I had some of these from the co-op, some Belgian chocolate, chocolate chunk shortbreads. Yeah, nice those are, really nice. Right, what shall we play? I could crack out the Connect. Oh, sorry. I could crack out the Connect 4 if any of you want the game against me. Or I could just do a little bit of shut the box and we can chit chat while I play. Or if none of you want to do anything with me, I'll just crack out the Bandido. I'm not sure how well it'll go on the bed, so we might end up on the floor with it, but we'll try the bed first just because it's comfortable here. I think if I'm not sat on it, it'll be all right, so I'll probably sit on the chair, like bring it over from the corner. We've got an Aaron White in saying, hello, I'm an English dude. Why do you live stream? Well, why not? It'll be the question. I like to share my life with people, Aaron, and my life is relatively unique, so some people are interested, I guess. But mostly the reason why I stream is to connect with people. I've made loads of friends on YouTube, some that I now spend time with in real life, and others where I've met up with and done some sort of activities, but then they're more acquaintances than they are friends, to be fair. But then there's my YouTube family who come and share my daily streams with me, and we make each other feel less lonely, I guess. That would be the point, Aaron. So that's why I stream. We've got Paula in saying, hi, Paula, Manchester in what? So we've got Paula in. Hi, Paula. I'm not quite sure. I think there's some punctuation missing in there, and I'm struggling to read what on earth you were trying to say. I do apologise. I'm too sleepy to try to translate people's punctuation, punctuationless. Is that a word? I don't know. But when people don't use punctuation and try to say three things in one, I'm just like I don't always catch it. That's true, Sparker. Sparker has also reminded me that that's the point. Every day for a year is the goal. 365 days of live streaming, and so far so good. I mean, when I first set the challenge, I did say I might have to miss some days if I'm like dreadfully ill, or if like technical issues happen or anything like that. But so far so good. Look, we'll touch some wood about that one. We have successfully streamed every day, usually for at least about half an hour. It's not like a hard line, but usually it's half an hour, but quite a lot of time, an hour plus, somewhere between an hour and 3 hours of streaming. That's fair play, Aaron. Yeah, I mean, when you say the answer was because of mental health, you mean it was helping hers, or like she was trying to help other people with their mental health? I mean, it's not something that I'm directly trying to help anyone with, but I'm aware that there's a pandemic of people basically just sitting at home, feeling disconnected from the world, myself included to a certain extent at times in my life, and it's nice to have somebody you can actually reach out to, which is I think why live streaming on YouTube and things like, I guess, is it Twitch and the other sort of streaming platforms, they've grown so fast and are so popular, and they rival mainstream TV, because with mainstream TV you don't always feel like you're part of the action, but with the live streaming, the interaction on it, it does make you feel like you're actually talking to somebody and being part of something. And I think that's a really powerful thing if you're feeling disconnected from the world. It's certainly better than just sitting around on Instagram and looking at other people's photos of their lives and making yourself feel bad about your own. So yeah. Gracie's saying I do Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, I've never seen your Twitch stuff, so I don't even have Twitch. But I guess, do you do more of that than YouTube, or is it a way around, Gracie? That's all right. Leroy never has to join unless he wants to. Oh no, I'm not judging Instagram. I think Instagram has its uses and it's good, but obviously there's a lot of people on there who kind of like, Instagram is a bit like a photo album. Yeah, that's all that's all I mean, Gracie. In that people, generally speaking, not, I mean, some people obviously, you know, um, flip the script on it and jump the rail, so to speak. But flip the tracks, whatever you want to call it, jump the tracks. Is that the way? One of them. But for the most part, people are putting their best foot forward. It's a bit like here on this as well. Like I try to stream what I can. So like when obviously the crash happened, I tried to show a lot of that. But you know, a lot of people on social media as a whole tend to put their best stuff out there, and it's like a photo album where you just get a snapshot of the best parts of their life, and they're not airing their dirty laundry and telling you everything they're up to. And so that has a tendency, because you're comparing yourself to people around you. That's just who we are. We're communal animals, and we kind of need to have like a peer group that we can feel part of, and like sort of as if we have some sort of equal playing field and platform. And it's pretty hard to do if the other people look, seem like they've got everything sorted out and figured out, and you ain't there at all. So yeah, that's why I like to be very honest on here. Oh, poor Ellie. I wish I could do something for you. I really do. If Ethan was here, I'd get him to let out some of that noxious gas and just, you know, knock you out straight off. We've got a God bless in there. Thank you very much. I'm not religious, but I always appreciate the thoughts. Oh, well, there you go, Gracie. You're talking about the scrolling. You see, that's the other thing, isn't it? You see, like anything with shorts, or like you got TikTok and stuff like that. I mean, there were a monumental amount of hours wasted by the human race now just scrolling on different platforms and literally just numbing their brain. Not the most productive thing to do in the world. I feel like it's the sort of thing, it's a bit like having a chocolate bar. If you have one chocolate bar in a week, or even maybe like a very small one every other day, you're not going to notice, it's not going to do you any harm, and it's a nice little treat. But once you start having like 3 or 4 chocolate bars a day, you're starting to cause yourself a problem, and you won't realize it at first until it's too late, and then you're like trapped in a bad cycle of it. And it's the same thing with the scrolling. You could probably get away with doing a little bit of it, but it's so highly addictive and so like easy like brain chemicals just giving you all the positive stuff that you get sucked in, and before you know it, you're doing far more than the equivalent of a few chocolate bars a day. You're doing like, you know, hours of this stuff in a day, and I've been there as well. I've done that on YouTube Shorts, where I've definitely wasted hours per day just scrolling for no apparent reason. What's this? What Sparker and Gracie? Do you game on Twitch? I spend too much time on my cards in there. Just reading the chat, trying to understand what's going on in this conversation. Aaron's saying, okay, you're more articulate than most people. Do you think they should read more? Well, I barely read these days, I'll be honest. Although I did see somebody come up in the shorts feed today, just when I was doing a little flicking around, and she is setting her. I quite like it. She calls it practicing in public, and essentially she's done a similar thing to me, where she's challenged herself in different things, and she has something that she's doing for 365 days, and I think it's 365 days of learning a new song every day. She's also trying to read every day, and she's doing other things like 30-day challenges with push-ups and other stuff. She's basically just trying to challenge herself to new different things all the time, and try to kind of, you know, self-improvement type stuff realistically, but in the same sort of premise as me, saying like trying to do it daily for a year. She's doing other similar things. And yeah, the reading thing, I was like, that's pretty cool. And it got me thinking, I should maybe try and do a bit more reading again. Because I used to do a lot of reading when I was younger, especially in like my teenage years. I used to read like just voraciously, just absolutely just going through like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 books in a week, no problem. And these days, yeah, I can't even remember the last time I read a book. It's got to have been a couple of years ago at least, I would say. So I should read more. And I think most people would do better with reading more. But it's not just reading. I think it's like doing different things. Your brain is like any muscle. You have to exercise it. But just like any muscle in your body, if you just did the same exercise, if all you did was like a dumbbell curl and that you thought your exercise was done, you'd not be working out enough muscles. You've got to do different activities and work yourself out in a more balanced manner. And the mind is like that too. So a good bit of reading, sure. A good bit of learning something new, like pick a topic and learn something. That's good. That takes different muscles. And then there's things like, puzzles, whether it's like things like Wordle, or if you're going to go more for like visual puzzles or number puzzles. And indeed, you can do all them different kind of things. And then things like sports. That's physical, but it's also mental. If you're doing like racket sports, something like that, it's working out the mind. And yeah, just there's so many different things you can do that can work the mind out. Reading's one of them, sure, and that's a good one to put in the regime, if you like, the schedule. But it's not for everybody. But there's so many other things you can do too. You just pick what you like. But I would say it's a bit like anything. You need a variety and a balance. So I'm trying to get what's going on between Sparker and Gracie here. So what is it the Sparker didn't know? What have you found out, Sparker? Because I'm curious, but I'm not quite sure I'm following the conversation. So I'm a bit lost. And Ellie's saying I've uploaded about 83 things on Insta. What, like pictures or other stuff? Like, what can you even put on there? I don't even have it, so I don't even know. But I assume you can do little videos and stuff. I don't know. And we've got Bold in. Hi, Bold. Good to see you, my man. Well, actually, I don't know if you don't know your gender. Sorry, but good to see you, Bold. And I hope you're well. My day has been up and down. I'm going to be honest. It was a rushed morning. It was a difficult, like lunchtime and afternoon. Just anxiety with the van finally getting taken away, and struggles trying to actually find a decent hotel that had a bath that I could have, because I really wanted a bath. But I have had now that said bath, and it was lovely and well worth it. Well, I did the physio exercises. Oh, that's good, Ellie. I guess though, I suppose if you're doing physio exercises on it, that would kind of aggravate it sometimes. I guess you have to find that balance where you're doing enough but not too much. I suppose that's quite hard. Grace is saying, I mostly go on Instagram at bedtime when I should be sleeping. Well, that's the worst thing to do. That is the absolute worst thing to do, Gracie. I wasted it until 4 a.m. Oh my Lord, just don't, Gracie. I tell you what I like to do when I'm ready to go to sleep. I just put some music on my phone and turn the screen off and let my mind wander. The trick is not to think about anything stressful and to try to think of like nice, happy things. It's also good practice to think about positive things as well. Positive like focus. That, I tell you that, so the one behind me is the same as the one in front of me, but the blind in front of me, it does make a lot of crinkling sounds because it's got like I guess a plastic backer. Gracie's off to get her M&Ms. Yeah, you got to share them out. Eddie's right. You have to share them out between us, Gracie. We expect a handful each. Bold saying it's Mr. Keyboard to you, Gracie, Nelly. Oh, there you go. So it is a Mr. then, but Bold is a Mr. I just had that feeling it was. It's just that kind of name. How far? Oh, I'm quite far behind. Spark saying, I didn't know Twitch was for anything other than streaming games. I know. Oh yeah, I knew that people streamed other stuff. It's just streaming in general, isn't it? So I don't go on there. But I have seen clips like on YouTube. You get clips from all sorts of places, whether it's TikTok or Twitch and things like that. And I've seen some random stuff, to be fair. And he's saying edits and drawings. Oh, cool. So you put up the... Oh, that makes sense, because you do a lot of your drawings. Yeah, that's really cool. Grace saying it's either Instagram or YouTube or podcasts. Podcasts would be better, surely, because you can just listen to them. That's probably a better thing. It's having the screen on in front of your face, Gracie. You probably want to try to avoid that when you're actually supposed to be getting sleep. Ellie said, my parents take my phone at like 10 p.m. Yeah, I noticed that. They're pretty solid with that, Ellie. You've got good parents. They obviously care about you. That's good. My brain is always 1000% all hours of the day, even nighttime, says Gracie. Oh, is that the ADHD kicking in? Oh dear. Oh dear. So what you do there is you imagine that there are 10,000 sheep and you have to count them all. And so your 1000% gets sucked into just the big count. You've got to visualize them all and start counting them. Like not jumping over effectively, literally imagine a field of them around you, like you're just like inside it, and then just try to count every sheep. And if that doesn't work because you get to the end, then try counting the sheep, but do it the proper way, which is to count the legs and then divide by 4. That's an old joke in there somewhere. My screen time today is at 10 hours and 32 minutes. Ellie, that's too much screen time. I mean, it's okay if that's all watching my videos and my streams, but anything else than that, and that's just too much screen time. Ellie, I'm joking. God, my left eye, I tell you, it's being really annoying. The light in here doesn't help. It flickers, like you can't see it until I start moving my hand, and then my hand does that thing where you like get ghost images. You might be able to see it if I don't know if it'll show up on the camera if I get the speed right. Yeah, well, it might just be the camera, but I can see that it makes and so that's why I've got the light on down here. But then that kind of, I don't like having that light in front of my face. Yeah, in fact, I might try moving that, and then it's not so bad. If I just have it beside, let's have a think, over here. Yeah, that's not so bad. It's not right in my face, but yeah, it'll even out because it's very harsh light in here. So that one's kind of evening out and making it a little bit more warm. That's what we've got. And he's saying that's only because like my phone died, I had to go out and do a little. Geez, how about this? You should set yourself a target, Ellie, which is that. Because you don't always have to like be walking to be doing exercise. You could be doing stuff like upper body exercise and stuff like that. But set yourself a challenge where you do, for every hour that you do screen time, you spend at least 10 minutes doing something active. Just anything at all, like that's even remotely active. And so if you've done your 10 hours, then that would mean you'd need to do like an hour and 40 minutes of activity. Oh, Grace saying I don't have the screen front of my face. That's good. That's something, I guess. Oh, excuse me. That is something. Vic saying I'm old school at bedtime. Clock radio as I have tinnitus. Ooh, that tinnitus will get you, yeah. Grace, entertainment is 38 hours, 14 minutes. What? You can't get that many. What period is that? Spark saying, I really like the Sleep Sounds app. My favourite is Rain on a Tent. Oh yeah, I'll do it. I used to have like an app like that, and I used to go with like the brown noise, and it's not that kind of brown noise. It's just like they have like white noise, yellow noise, red noise, and it's just different versions of white noise basically. So it's like a static sound, but it just had different sort of pitch essentially, different frequencies. Oh, Dreamy's in. Hi, Dreamy. He's saying, well, 6 hours of that was YouTube, the rest was games. So 6 hours of watching my channel, I assume, Ellie, yeah? Because you wouldn't watch anyone else, would you? Oh dear. And Bold saying, Gracie, you're meant to be sleeping when it's 4 a.m. at night, not on your phone. Yeah, she's aware of that, and she just she doesn't care. She's just that kind of person. But then she sleeps until silly time in the afternoon and stuff like that. So, to be honest, Gracie, I'm quite the same. I'm a night owl, and my brain doesn't want me to go to sleep until a ridiculous time in the morning, and then it wants me to be up until a late time. And this is what happened last night. I only got 4 hours of sleep because even though I needed to get up early, and I basically got myself to bed and was trying to get to sleep, my brain would not let me get me to sleep. So I was laying there from like, I don't know, 11 o'clock or something, and it was like stupid time, like I don't know, like 3 o'clock or something in the morning. It was just, it was ridiculous. Ridiculous is what it was. Got some modded chat. Gracie with the modded chat, but I've shown that, and that's funny. And he's saying, Vic, I have tinnitus too, but I can't have my clock radio on as I share a room with my sister. Do you know, Ethan likes to put his headphones in. I can't lay down with my headphones. Well, I'll have my headphones in, but the problem is I have to lay on my back, can't lay on my side, and I find it much easier to get sleep on my side. I'm a side sleeper. I'm not much of a back sleeper. I can do it, but it's not as nice. I mean, sometimes I'll fall asleep on my back if I'm meditating, and in that situation, I will sometimes have my headphones in. So, and then like I'll meditate for a while, and I'll get sort of like really deeply relaxed, and before now I'm asleep. So that'll definitely happen. Hold on, what's Eddie saying? Wait, Molly got like 3 hours 15 minutes more than me. Oh, what, of sleep? So you're saying that you only got 45 minutes of sleep? That's not good at all, Eddie. Yeah, earbuds is what I have. To be fair, when I say headphones, I mean earbuds. These kind of things, the old in-ears. Very nice, those ones. But even that, I don't like to lay on it. You can get ones, I guess, that are really small and that you don't notice, but yeah, admittedly, my sleep last night wasn't broken. A couple of nights before, I had like a relatively decent amount of sleep, but it was all broken, and it was just so annoying. Like, I woke up so many times in the night, it was unreal. Look at us all getting like basically terrible amounts of sleep. It's not good. Oh, I see. Yeah. Can you not get like a different device, like a little music player? Maybe talk your parents into giving you a little MP3 player that you could, like basically hook up to your headphones and listen to. What I do with Ethan is I have his phone down out away from him, but before he goes to bed, he hooks it up to his headphones, and then he puts YouTube music on and puts a 30-minute sleep timer on. So after 30 minutes, the music will shut off, and he can go up with his headphones in and just fall asleep with them in, and it's not a problem. And I know that he doesn't have his phone with him, but yet he can still listen to music. So you can maybe do something like that, but otherwise get a little MP3 player or something like that. Bold saying, I don't know if you use my phone a lot because I have an Xbox in my bedroom. I mean, that's one thing you can have in your bedroom that stops you going on your phone, I guess. But as a man, I feel like I know what else will distract you when you're up in your bedroom. And I don't know if you can do that kind of thing on an Xbox. So I'm guessing that you spend time not on the Xbox as well. Oh dear. So you were in a live at 3 a.m. yesterday. Whose live were you in, Gracie? And by yesterday, do you mean like this morning, essentially at 3 a.m.? So which isn't technically yesterday, that's today. Vic saying, side sleeper too, or I snore on my back. Mrs. soon wakes me up with an elbow. Yeah, I think I probably do a bit of snoring, I think, when I'm on my back. It's certainly more likely. What I do know is when I'm not well and I'm a bit bunged up, I then snore lots, especially when I'm on my back. and I would definitely get it'd normally be a toe, to be honest, rather than an elbow. But I used to get booted quite a lot for snoring when I had the missus nearby, not even in the same bed, just like anyone near enough to hear it. Boof, you get the knock to wake you up, which is yeah, not pleasant ever. Wow, I'm still quite far behind. I'm trying to catch up. I thought left it because I better asleep from. I thought I left it because I was actually in bed asleep from 11 p.m. last night. I see, you just left it running, Bold. I see. Gracie, it was you, Bold. You wasn't. Bold's got found out. Oh, Gracie's on to you, Bold. You can't be typing in the chat in your sleep. Maybe you are though. Maybe you're sleep chatting. That would be crazy. Imagine that, because you can do sleep. You can do all sorts of stuff in your sleep. That would be mental if you were like watching YouTube streams and typing in the chat while actually asleep. That would be crazy. Spark is saying, I often have nightmares about alien face huggers. You know, I've had a few of those. Do you know what the weird one was? I remember when Helen was pregnant with Henry, and she like full on woke up terrified. She'd had a dream of the, you know, the kind of like the aliens coming out of the stomach, and it was basically like that, but instead of an alien, it was Henry coming out. Mental. Oh dear, that probably freaked him out. Oh, you actually have one, Ellie, but you've just misplaced it. Fair enough. Well, Bold and Gracie are having a proper argument about like Bold's bedtime. I don't think we need to like worry about people's bedtimes, to be fair. Ah, dear. So Vic says, you might not sleep tonight, Molly, in a new bed till you get used to it. I'm so shattered, I think I could sleep anywhere. I could be on the floor, I'd be gone, I'll be honest, Vic. So yeah, it's going to be one of those where I'm just going to be fully just zonked out. Also, there's a window right here, which is quite nice. And there is traffic noise, but it's very distant. So if I get the window just right, I'll have enough fresh air, and that always kind of zonks me out, because that's one of the best things about camping, to be fair, is there's so much fresh air when you're sleeping. But also that little bit of traffic noise, and just I do like a little bit of noise. I've got so used to that now. I mean, generally speaking, I notice it quite a lot if I'm parked somewhere where it goes dead silent outside. I'm a bit like, oh, it's a bit weird. It's nice to have some level of like distant traffic noise. You know, it's not like I have traffic going buzzing by outside, but like distant enough. Like so at Biggleswade, for instance, there are, you know, there's the main road is at the end of the road where I'm parked, but also there's another bit that goes around outside of the pocket park. So there's traffic about, and there's always a bit of movement around, generally speaking, and that's kind of like the level I'm used to. But sometimes I park somewhere where there is just no traffic, and it is dead silent. Like every now and then, like I think the one that pops to mind, it's probably not the last place I was, but it's the one that pops to mind, is over when me and the boys went over to wherever it was we went to, near sort of like north of Stonehenge or whatever, and we were doing the Find Me challenge on the stream. It was like very early days in the first week or two of the year of streaming challenge, and yeah, we parked up in basically a National Trust car park in the middle of nowhere, and that thing was dead. Like there was not a sound around, no cars, no people, no nothing, and it's very, very quiet, and like, yeah, and what we were surrounded by trees, so the most you'd get was some tree rustling, but even that was quite calm night, and so it kind of, the trees deadened any sounds coming to us. It was incredibly quiet, and I noticed it straight away, and I did struggle a little bit when we were part there, because I like a little bit of noise. I think it's like that difference. Like if you grow up in a city and you go out to like a rural area, you'd notice it and it would affect you. But then the reverse is true as well. If you grew up in a rural area, go to a city, and then you've got a lot of noise, that would affect you as well. It's just that difference. So, but anyway, my point is, it's got familiar sounds at least, and I think that's a big part of it. But yeah, it's a nice comfy bed though. I don't think I'll have trouble with it. Vic says, I can't watch Alien, it's too scary for me. I've watched all the Alien movies. They are a bit scary, but they're not the kind of like I can't deal with psychological stuff where they leave a lot of it to the imagination. My imagination runs wild too much. Whereas Aliens, it's like you know what it is. It's like just aliens coming about and face huggers and stuff. So yeah, it's not quite as like terrifying for me in some ways. Yeah, it has a very, very high ceiling. Really high. Higher than the van for sure. Because the van ceiling is 9 foot near enough, and that's higher than a lot of people's home ceilings. This one is really high. I would put this at almost 12 foot. No, in fact, yeah, easily 12 foot. What am I talking about? Yeah, it's probably more like 13 feet. Yeah. Yeah, I think these ceilings could be 13 foot high. Crazy tall ceilings. Yeah, it is a bit echoey as well. It's very, like, all the walls are very hard. There's not much to break it up. It was like that in the van though. When I cleared everything up and then left all the walls bare, it got very echoey, and I didn't like it. Because a big part of the design, like, so you know how I have the wooden bars on the walls with the fabric pockets hanging off for little storage. There was several reasons for that choice. Because I could have gone on with anything. I could have just put shelves on there and stuff like that, with like baskets on the wall and stuff like that. But part of the reason for those fabric pockets is they kind of create a lot of undulation against the wall with a soft material that will absorb sound, so it breaks up sounds and stops them from echoing around and bouncing about. And there's bits and pieces like that in the van where, like, I did what I could. Making the walls out of cork obviously really helped, but that's only going to do so much. Needed even softer materials and more sort of things breaking up the big surfaces. So yeah, it was very effective, all that. But once I took it away, it was really noticeable. Yeah, I think this is an old building, Sparker. Yeah, I feel like it is. It has a lot of character to it. I can attest to that. And Vic saying, where's the stuff out of the van then, Molly? In the other van. So I've still got the higher van, and I've basically got it all spooled out inside of there. So I took all the drawers out wholesale, and I've just put them there so that the drawers don't accidentally come swinging out or anything like that. Only 2 of them are left in the van. That's basically the Ethan and Henry's drawers are basically mostly empty anyway. So I just left them, but I took them out and put them on the floor at the front so they won't sort of slide about and do any damage. Yeah, I've got all the other ones in that van. So I've got all my most of my belongings are in that van. So I'd say 80 to 90% of my belongings from my van are now in that van. But they were just like hung up on the walls with hooks. I've got all my magnetic like hooks and my magnetic bulldog clips, and then my actual S hooks and all that, just hanging up everything on the walls where I could. And then the rest of it's in the drawers on the floor and just stacked around in the corners and whatnot. Yeah, you're right, Vic. That does look better than egg boxes on the wall, but it's basically the same effect. You're trying to undulate it and have soft material that will absorb the sound. So yeah, it's exactly the sort of thing I was trying to emulate, but in a bigger way. Eddie's saying, wait, I remember where it is, I think, and I have some headphones. Are you still looking for your MP3 player? Cool. I hope you find it, Ellie. It'd be quite nice for you to be able to listen to music. Sorry. Vic saying, remember and send me a picture of the subvan. Oh, don't worry, Vic, I will. I'll try and get that done tomorrow at some point. I'll be honest, what I'll try to do is maybe post something like that on my channel. I need to post more. Like, I'm aware as well. I think I haven't checked my community page for a little while, and I need to get into a routine with that, of checking that, because unlike with comments and replies and reactions and things, like, I don't get any notifications about people posting on my community page. This is what I've talked about before. YouTube kind of did stuff like that, but then kind of like put it on a back burner as if like it didn't matter. And so yeah, they kind of just almost like an afterthought type thing with all that. And I'm like, like, I know it's a video watching platform, but it was nice that they started to think about how we can connect people, and then they just kind of gave up with it when it didn't necessarily, I guess it didn't help their bottom line. Maybe it didn't increase the engagement as much as they were hoping or something, and then yeah, they just decided not to do much else with it, and they haven't really integrated a lot of it into the systems. But that does mean that what I'm trying to say is I need to get into, like, maybe every day or every other day or something, just set myself a routine that I can manage, where I regularly go in and actually check on that and respond to people. I will try and do that sometime this weekend while I've got some time. I'll try and look through. Yeah, dad joke. I will do that now. It's a good call, Ellie. Yeah, I concur, Sparker. It's a good call. But yeah, I'll do a community pic, Vic, and I'll try to do some throughout the time. I nearly took a picture of the van getting taken away, and I probably should have done that, but I was very anxious at the time, and I just wasn't really thinking too well. And even when I thought something like that, I was a bit like trying to push myself to do it, when I was just trying to clamp down on the negative emotions, and that took a lot of effort. And being tired at the same time, I was like, oh, this is an aggro. We know you don't like the dad joke that much, Ellie, but I appreciate you reminding me. We didn't even play any of the other games. I think we should, but no one said they wanted to play any of the games with me. I might do a bit of shut the box maybe. So dad joke of the day. There we go. All right. What did the duck say when it bought chapstick? This is cringe. Put it on my bill. That's awful. As if his bill could get chapped. Oh, did Gracie say she wanted a game? Do you know what? I must have missed it. I do apologise if that was the case. But that's dad joke done anyway. Oh, we got Max in Connect 4. Okay. Oh, Gracie did say she wanted to play. Okay, let's do Connect 4. Right, I'll have to set up the other device and spin you guys around, otherwise it'll be reversed, and that's trouble. So what I'll do is I'll get the other device out first. Oh. At least it's cooling down in here quite well. I've got both windows just cracked a little bit, and the air is cooling down, and I think the heating has finally gone off. Although I do think I've maybe got that cracked too much, so I'm just going to close down here. Oh. Yeah, that'll do. It's got a little bit of flow. Right. For ya. I am super tired. And my body is so relaxed from the experience of the bath. The bath. Oh, I need to do a hotspot. Oh, we have 17%. I'll hotspot it. But I do need to turn the brightness down to an absolute minimum to save power. I don't know that we're going to get a huge amount of time out of it otherwise. Right. Come on, connect. Connect. At least the internet's pretty decent here. That did go to hotspot, didn't it? Yeah. Right. Come on. There we go. Just needed to knock it, give it a little nudge. Right. There we go. Everything's so bright and it's very washed out white looking. I'm not a fan of it at all. I think it's the lights is just so bright. I might have to get my own lights or something, I don't know. Alright, chat. All messages. Or is Ellie off? Bye-bye, Ellie. Sweet dreams. Vic says, terrible joke. Usually find hotel rooms too warm. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if they have like I would have thought they had the heating on set so I could adjust it all the time, but I don't know. Hey, we've got Seamus in with the Get Up Chevy. How you doing, my friends? I think you've got a very solid chance of winning, Gracie, because I'm so tired. It's mental. Right. Obviously, I've got to try to set this up as well in a way that makes some semblance of sense. So let's spin this around, and let's see. How is that aimed? It's probably too low. Yeah, a little bit too low. I'm just going to bring it back a bit so we have... Right, how's that? Let's have a little look. Let's scroll down a bit. You definitely should, Ellie. Try to get yourself... Oh, excuse me. Try to get yourself some good shut eye. You really deserve it. You've done yourself a grid, Gracie. What do you mean a grid? What are you talking about? Big saying, I wish I could sit with my legs crossed. Is there a reason you can't? Right, let's see how that is. Too low, I'm guessing. Yeah, but we can raise it up with the other bit of the box. Let's see how that goes now. To be fair, I haven't got them fully crossed. I've got one just tucked in and the other one's straight beside me. But how is that? Is that good enough? Can you see enough of that? And I apologise, I've got a red shirt on. I know that it's... But you should be able to see... Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I think that's okay. One more thing I can put underneath to raise it up just a little bit more. That's the best we're getting. I think that's it. That's all we can do. Right, okay. Away we go then. So Gracie's saying 4. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stick the Bandido and Dad Jokes underneath this end in the hopes to level this out a bit. There we go. That's pretty good. And then I think that's right. Yeah, here we go. Seamus, don't shout numbers out. It's Gracie's turn. You can play after Gracie. I'm gonna go there. Okay. It's actually, I don't think it's black. I think it's like a navy blue. But it looks very black in here because of the light. I warrant you that much. It looks rather odd in here. Where next, Gracie? 3. Okay. I'm going to go there. Seamus, stop shouting numbers out. I will time you out so that you can't do that while I'm playing against Gracie. I'll give you a 5-minute timeout. But if you want, you can play the next game. Just, you know, just cool your guns. Where next, Gracie? Remember, you can't use AI for this because it takes too long. You just have to tell me a number. Not to mention, I could beat AI because I'm just so much smarter than AI. Probably not. We got a 4. Okay. I'm going to go there. Oh, we've got Joe Stonker back in with the, I mean, they just look like pink poop emojis, don't they, really? I don't know if it's supposed to be ice cream or gelato or something, but... Yeah, I've got a 5 from Gracie. Okay. And I'll be going there. Where next, Gracie? Where next? Oh. While we're waiting, Gracie, I'm going to have a little drink. And then a little nibble. It's late, but this will perk me up. Was that a 6? Okay. I don't know, Vic. You have to look it up. I haven't got a clue. Maybe not, though. I don't know what length of time they can copyright something like that for is. Seamus with the why are we waiting? We are suffocating. 2? Okay. You said 7, Gracie, yeah? I'm sorry. 1. Where is Gracie gonna go? I know I've eaten plenty over the week. Don't you worry. Probably overeating this week. I've been in Seamus. Been a little naughty, but it's been a very stressful week. So that's one way to deal with it. Do a little bit of stress eating. Gracie, you were taking a long time. This is what I'm talking about. Trying to check with AI to see what the best move is. Just takes far too long. Got a 5, okay. I'm not using AI, I'm using my brain to think about it. Oh dear, why don't I believe you, Gracie? I'm only teasing. You like it's like playing chess with Lucas. Sometimes you got to think through them moves really thoroughly. Ooh, ooh, that's better. That was a better flip. There we go. We've got 2. Okay. 2 it is. Okay. I go here. I like it. Cool. It's taking me a time to think through it as well. I'm so sleepy. I'm like, oh. So Seamus, are you having next game? What are you talking about, Vic? What's Milton Bradley? Eh? What? Have I missed something? Is that the person who owns the copyright? 1. Okay. Game producer, but my earlier post was redacted. Oh, right. Gonna whoop your ass, lad, says Seamus. That's not the game. The game is Connect 4. Oh, dearie me. We keep those games for off stream. No, I jest. All right. Just waiting on Gracie's move. She's going for 1. Okay. And Gracie, I have Connect 4. Connect 4. Oh dear. I let you down, Gracie. Oh dear. Is it Hasbro or Hasbro? I'm never sure. Is it Hasbro or Hasbro? 1970. Is this from 1974? Wow, that's crazy. Decent game though, Gracie. Decent game. Well played. So yeah, I want to go that way. All right, then, Seamus, your turn. If you want to go first, Seamus, just shout out a number. But if you'd like me to go, you can tell me. You're fuming, are you? I bet you are. You spent so much time thinking about those moves, Gracie, and you were doing so well, and then you got distracted with your own tactics that you forgot to defend against mine. And I thought to myself, I'll force you to go up the top there, but if I do it a couple of times, I'll force you going places. Eventually, you might miss one, and I'll get lucky. I was really hoping that I'd get lucky, and I did. It was good. I needed a bit of luck on that. Don't tell me Seamus has disappeared now. After all this Seamus shouting about Gracie taking too long. Right. There you go. You're on, Seamus. Be quick about it, else you'll get flack for being slow after giving Gracie so much flack for the same thing. Oh dear, poor Gracie. Are you after a rematch, Gracie? I think Max might want to have a game after I play Seamus, but if he's still about. Are you about, Max? Are you watching? Are you going to play me next? Whoops. Wow, Seamus, could you get any slower? Oh my lord. 4, okay. I will go with 4 as well. Nice. Four. Wowzers. Okay. I'm going to go with 3. Is Seamus going to say 4 again? And that's a 2. Okay. 2 it is. Okay. I'm going to go with another number 3. Come on, Seamus. Come on, Seamus. I said, come on, Seamus. What are we waiting for? We're getting bored of this. or as you said, why are we waiting? We are suffocating. 3. Okay. I thought that took a long time to just decide to block me. Okay. I'm going to go with a 4. Epic saying, come on Eileen, my mother's name, by the way. Really? That's that's cool, Vic. Shem saying, there's a delay after we have sent the number to you seeing it. But you took the time to write that and not tell me a number. You little monkey. Come on. Gives me a number. 7. Okay, that's an interesting number. I'm going to go with that one there. Could be, to be fair, YouTube just does create a delay sometimes. Oops, I've swiped. No. Chat settings, all messages. Yeah, at least that gets me definitely up to date. I think it doesn't help because I'm looking at the chat from a different device and there might be a lag on that. You have to think backwards, Molly, with the numbers. I mean, I'm just used to it being 1 there and 7 there. 6 for Seamus, okay. Probably not a good move. I'm going to go here. Enough of it. There you go. Grace saying, I am definitely not playing my own game of Connect 4 with this. Well, sorry about that. I do apologise. My battery ran out. That's what happened there. Gonna need to let it charge up a little bit and then I can put it onto the battery. I've got a power bank with me, but it won't charge up as quick as putting it in the wall socket. So we'll have to just maybe like this for a second. We've got OMZD, OMSD, saying, is this channel for adults or kids? Bit both, really. We have some young uns in and some old uns. It's for everybody. You do not win, Seamus. No. Well, no, don't worry. The game is still here. We're going to continue in a second, Seamus. I'm just going to get it up to a few % battery. And then we'll... and then we'll continue. Om's saying, can't sit on a channel with kids. See ya. Fair enough. See ya. Seamus saying, I am the Connect 4 final boss. We shall see. The game is still here. We will get it doing in a second. As soon as this goes up a few %. I'm going to try getting the brightness down even further. Gotta admit, my phone doesn't charge as well as it used to. It's getting old. It's time for a new device. If somehow I end up with a bit extra cash from all this nonsense with the van going down and with insurance stuff and that, I think that's going to be a priority. It's getting a new phone. I just need a new phone. It's as simple as that. And I think I won't and ah about what I get. I'll just get a Pixel phone because I want one. It's just very expensive. And I'm like, just It's an expense I don't really want to pay out right now. Well, when I showed Seamus the game, he'll have the visual reference for it, so it'll be totally fine. Wow, it's not going above 1%. This is not good. Plugged in properly. In the right spot. Yeah. It's a bit annoying. I never cheat, Seamus. That's the one thing about me is I never cheat in any games. So yeah, I'm always legit. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've played 7. I've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, it's your go next. I just played. I demand a recount. Right, let's just move some of these pieces about. That's it. Now I've got the winning move. You can't block me. Sweet. I jest. Ah, dear. Let's see how we're looking. Oh, it still says 1%. This is the trouble. Streaming does take a lot of battery. So what I had 17%, and it just drains so fast. It was unreal. Yeah, that's the idea. I want to just get it up far enough so that when I switch it from here to the power bank, it'll go okay. Otherwise, it might shut off again. And it's just being a little bit of a stickler at the moment. It's not good. Oh, there we go, 2%. We'll just get a little bit longer, and then we'll switch to the battery bank, power bank. It's a good one. It goes at good speed. All right. Here we go. There you go. That's on. Right. The only thing is the sound's going to be a bit weird because I'm not mic'd up anymore because I can't have my receiver in and do this at the same time. So you'll have to forgive me. Let's switch this back around. One problem is I won't be able to see the chat without putting a hotspot on. I'm hoping that won't affect things too badly power-wise. Because this is the trouble. It's basically charging, like powering the receiver from my audio, doing the filming itself and got the screen on. And then I've basically got no, I didn't need that to happen. Just dropped the game. 1 second. It's not wanting to connect to the Wi-Fi again. Oh, these devices are a bit annoying. Well, that's well far behind. Skip to live. There we go. Right. Chat, all messages. Where is the chat then? Oh, Golden Bennett. Oh, technology. Technology. Right. I'll go back and recreate the game. Don't worry. It's just another thing to deal with. Right. No, I can't look at a pic anyway. I'm just going to go back in the stream. I should be able to see it. Yeah, that's close enough. Right. All the pieces here. Right. Let's recreate this. So, is this the right game? Probably not. That's the right game. Right, so there's that in 7. 4. I was there. You were there. I was there. 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 You were that. I was that. I was here. quite at the right place. I don't want to skip too far forward. Alright. So you've gone here. And then I've got a feeling you went here and I went here, but I'm just going to wait and double check. Come on. No, I think I went here, didn't I? Have I got all these right then? Hold on. 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. I went here. Wait, I'm missing something. No. Right, what am I missing? This. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why is that? Oh, 1 here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. That's it. That's the game. There we go. We are there. Right. Let me get back to live now. Skip to live. There we go. Ain't just starting again. That was a good game. Right, there we go. That is bang on right. That's where we were. And it's your go. Take your time to like absorb the game. I'm gonna just actually move it. I need to uncross my leg. It's absolutely murdering. Do not knock the game again. Oh, damn it. Holding it tight. There we go. That's hopefully going to be better as well. So Seamus going for 6. Okay. Let me just get set up. So you want 6, which is here. Okay. Makes sense. That's a pretty good play. I'm going to go with 6 as well. No, wait. I'll do that. No, that's fine. No, I can't. No, I have to go here. I have to block that space. Yeah, if I don't block that, yeah, I have to go there. Nearly messed up. Seamus nearly owned me there. We've got Grafe in. Hi, Grafe. I forget if you have a name. I'll be honest. And we got Sienna in. Hi, Sienna. Good to see you. No, I just redecorated the van, Sienna. Not that you come pretending you don't know. 1 for Seamus. Okay. I'm going to go for that one there. Seven. Okay. Look at that. I love how Sinner comes in, everyone's like, Sienna! Like, I love it. Yeah, it was a Connect 4 catastrophe. That is the only way to say it, Sparker, you're right. Is that another number one for Seamus? Okay. That'll be a one for me then. How could Seamus have already won? There was a point where he nearly almost won, and I had to go here to block the move. I don't think he can win from here, though. Well, not easily. There might be a win further down. 3 for you. Okay. I think I have the win now, though. Yeah, boy. I'm going to go here. Where now, Seamus? And we've got Grove saying, I'm a pro at this game. Are you calling next game then? You are welcome to play next game 2 for Seamus. I would also go 2, and I have Connect 4. Badoosh. Even in my tired state, I'm somehow still managing to win. Consummate pro at this, I tell you. Oh dear. I'm sorry, Seamus. You talked a big talk, but you didn't follow it up. You did not back yourself. Never mind. There's always another chance. There we go. That was a good game, though. I enjoyed that. You nearly had me over here. That was so. If I hadn't put that there and you put one there, you win in the same way that I've just won over here. That was really well. Seamus like, how did I lose? Because I'm a sneaky devil. Right, so we have Growfin saying that they will be able to mash me because they're a pro. Oh, Sarah in as well. Hi, Sarah. Well, let's see. I offered it to Growth already. This is not. How is it not fair? It was a totally fair game. Of course, there was the catastrophe in the middle, but I put it all back exactly how it was. You can go back in the stream and check if you want, but I already did that. It was definitely right. I'll play you next set, Sarah, if Growth doesn't choose to play, but I already offered it out, so I feel like I should. Because Growth was talking the big talk saying that they're a pro at this game, so has Growth disappeared after saying that, or are you being chicken? We'll give it that. Oh, that's right. If Growth's name is Autumn, is that right? Ah, thank you, Sienna. Better memory than me, but that rings a bell as soon as you said it. Is Autumn going to play? Interesting. The end ones come out, but the other ones don't. Not so easy. Interesting. I did not cheat you out of it. Except if you're saying that I'm so handsome, it distracted you, and then that was why you lost, and me being too handsome is cheating. That I can believe. Oh dear. It's simple humour, but it makes me laugh. It really does. You knocked the board over. That's cheating. It was an accident, not cheating, and I put it back exactly how it was. And I did not rush you afterwards. I let you take your time. It messed me up as much as you. We're both playing the same knocked over board. Right, go on in, Sarah. I think the pro has left us. So you and me, on we go. I'm sorry, Sienna. It is an absolute shocker, isn't it? I could have actually, I could have started in the bath. I could have just been fully dressed, sat in the bath. That would have been funny. Oh, dearie me. What are you talking about, Seamus? I put them exactly where you asked. Lag or no lag? Free for Sarah? Oh no, I'm always red, Sarah. So you get free, but you're yellow. And there's a reason. Red is my favourite colour, but also it would confuse the heck out of me if I have to keep switching colours. And it also makes it easier for the rest of the audience. They kind of know that red's my colour. So there you go. You've got free, which is your yellow. So your next move, please, Sarah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Molly's going to win, and he'll be in heaven. Right, there we go. Go 4 as well. What's Sparkle and Sienna getting up to in here? To be honest, Sienna, I thought that is how the stream would go. Are we talking about the bath still, are we? Vic saying it was the Silver Locks that did it, yeah. Where next, Sarah? Where next, Sarah? Is it Sarah? Sarah or Sarah? I'm going to go with Sarah. Sarah syndrome sounds better, I think, maybe. I don't know. 3, okay. There we go there. Is that 3 again? Wait. So you went 4. So wait, so you did a 3, then you went 4. 3 again. That was a really quick one. Wow, sorry, you're playing really quick. So 3 again. I'm going to go with 3, obviously, for the obvious reasons. Seamus, stop spamming it, please. Right, where next, Sarah? Right, Seamus is getting timed out if he keeps doing it. Right, Seamus, you're getting timed out. Been timed out for 5 minutes, so me and Sarah can play. 6. Okay, 6 is here. Okay. I'm going to go with 7. Where would you like to go? We've got to get back Shadrach in the chat. And he got back all right. He got timed out. He'll be back in a few. Sienna got modded. Enjoy the naughty step, Chabby. Yeah, naughty step indeed. 4. Okay, I think you've missed it. Boom. Ooh. There we go, connect 4. Right along the bottom there. I already had the win, to be fair. As soon as I placed the one there, you had to block here, and then I could go here for the win as well. So it was over. Short but sweet. We'll call that one short but sweet. All right. It's not my fault you're colourblind. Could you imagine if the pieces were green and red and someone had green-red colourblindness, which is quite common? Oh man, that would be brutal. So, does anybody else want a game? Is Max still with us? Maybe he wants the game? Oh, don't cry, Sarah, you're all right. It goes like that sometimes. Who else is going to take on the challenge? Who's going to try and beat them all? Or potentially that's it for the day. Because because we've done the dad joke already. Vic saying, SBS, I used to watch snooker on a TV. But, oh, yeah, ooh. We have an alien in the room. Sienna saying, if I play and win, do we get a bath stream? Yeah, I'll start the next stream in the bath if you win, Sienna. You could, if you're saying me as in you want to play, I will give you a game, Alien. If not, Gracie's wanting a rematch, and I will give her the rematch. What got modded here? Alien saying naughty. Yep. Well, it doesn't say he's an illegal alien, just an alien, so it might be alright, I don't know. This is where the debate starts about whether they need to be illegal or not for us to be interested. Right. So, I guess, are you not wanting to play an alien? I gave you the option, but you've gone quiet. Yeah, all you got to do is either tell me to go first or say a number 1 to 7. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you say one of those numbers, you I'll stick your yellow in whatever one you choose, and we crack on. Ladies first, you go first. Fair enough then. I shall go first. Thank you very much. Oh yes, that's your game. Ladies first. You gotta love it. And gentlemen just before. That's what my friend used to say. You try to get him on the ladies first, and just as he's started, it's really annoying. It's because I'm sitting on the bed at the same time as playing this, and it's just causing chaos. It's not the best setup, to be fair. Right, we've got a 4 from Alien. Okay. I will try to get this set up properly. Okay. It's too far that way. We can go that way. Here we go. Right, my go. I'm gonna go with that one there. Doo-da, doo-da. Seems to be a big consensus about the bath stream. Even Vic is getting involved. Yes, there does seem to be a thing about a stream in the bath. I think it can be managed. I think we could do a bath stream. I feel like it wouldn't be a huge difficulty. Oh, man. Playing a different game this time, like just having some fun with it, trying different things. Fixate I've shaped my bath. What? Oh dear, that'd be a funny community post, wouldn't it? This is my bath, everyone. Life's more fun, Sparker, when you lean into the fun. I don't know. I don't have to be fully clothed. You know, I could take my socks off. Woo-hoo-hoo. Then that'd be too steamy, wouldn't it? Socks off, like that'd be way too steamy. Am I waiting on Alien? Let me just see. No, he went 4, 5, and 4. I do apologise, Alien. I've missed the 4. Okay. My go. I'm gonna go with 4 as well. Sparker saying, wait, have you considered OnlyFans? What do you mean considered it? Don't you know that I have an OnlyFans page, Sparker? I thought are there not? Is there not links to that in my? You have to go to the link tree and then like there's links on from my bio to the link tree, and then from there you can get to the OnlyFans page. I tried to stay as seriously as I could for as long as possible with that. Could you imagine? Oh my lord! Right, so where am I with the game? So I think Alien said 5, and then it's my turn. That's right. Oh dear, it's good laughs. Hmm. Let me go here. Sheena saying we can collab, Molly. I'm sure we could. Dear. Gracie's like, do you? You what? I'm so old, Molly. I couldn't even manage page 3 if it was still a thing. 3 for Alien. Hmm. There. Gracie's saying, Sienna, don't tell me you do it. And then Sienna replies with, Gracie, I've got surgeries to pay for. That would be one way to do it, wouldn't it? Yeah. Six. Interesting. Okay, I think I'll play 6 as well. No, I can't. I can't do 6. Ah, that's a good move from you. If I go 6, you win. Ah, that's brutal. Your Alien's playing a good game here. I'm in trouble. I am in trouble. I'm in trouble, good sir. Okay. Ooh, problems. Big problems. You've got to be real careful here. Oh, we got Wayne in. I didn't see Wayne. Wayne's in. Good evening, Wayne. He's saying, hi, Molly. How are you, mate? I'm guessing you're in a hotel, so what's the news on the van and how long are you in the hotel for? I do not know how long. It was quite a bit of anxiety having the van basically lifted away. Yeah, I don't know how long at all yet. I won't get an estimate probably until, I think tomorrow at the earliest, but it'll probably be Monday by the time I get an estimate. Could be longer though in these guys because they've messed me around for so long. So I honestly don't know. It's an absolute unknown. I have a feeling they're trying to do it as quickly as possible, and I've been prioritised because the insurance company don't want to pay out for a hotel for longer than they have to. But yeah, there's a limit to what they can actually do. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want that one. Or do I? No, I'm gonna go over here. What's this? Do I? What's this? Gracie saying, so don't tell me you do OF. Gracie, I don't. Haha. I was joking. Who'd pay to see me? And Gracie saying, "Do I confess now or not? Tricky decisions. Confess what, Gracie? Uh, yeah, two. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Uh, what's this? Uh, yeah, but I ain't. Oh, Dreamy's in saying, mind if I have a go at Connect Four? My friends say I'm good at it. Laugh like absolutely. You're welcome to have a game, Dreamy. I don't think anyone's got next game. Gracie wants a rematch, but she'll have to wait until other people have had their first goes. Um, oh, Alien said something and retracted it. Six. Okay. Oh, did you only just spot it? Oh, dearie me. Oh, did I nearly win that Alien? Oh, tricky. Oh, I've realised I've given the game actually. My bad. I've given you the game. I didn't realise I did that. My bad. How have I allowed that to happen? Hmm. I think Aliens won. Yeah. You win, Alien. Hmm. Where next, Alien? You got to say the right number. You got to say the right number. Six over here, yeah. I'm joking. There we go. And then you say, what do you say? You say connect four is what you say. How on earth is that? I thought I was trapping you over here, and I've trapped myself. I don't even know how I messed that up. Oh, of course I do. I made that so you could do that. Yeah. Okay. I learnt a lesson there. You played. You played well all the way through that. I tell you, Alien, you were absolute champion through the whole thing. Well played, bro. I shall give you the proper fist bump for that. Right. So I think Dreamy was saying she wants to go. What's this? Hold on. I was reading a paper about. Wait, well, I'm missing loads of chat. I'm just going to quickly do the chat. If I say you don't tell my parents, please. Well, we don't have communication with your parents, so I think you'll be fine. Um, hold on. What has Gracie said that Sienna's hoping that she's joking? Is Gracie trying to say she does OnlyFans? Because that's nonsense. We that she just winding you up. I think if that's the case. And then Dreamy saying, I was reading a paper about that topic, Gen Z and millennial blokes who watch a lot of it and are less likely to have sex in real life. Really? Mm. I'll be honest. I don't know much about OnlyFans, to be fair. I mean, obviously, I know the general uh, premise of it, and I've heard a few things in that, but I don't have a lot of experience with it, to be fair. Um, so, what is Gracie? What is Gracie admitted to then? I'm lost. So, Dreamy, are we playing? Are you still here, or do you no longer want to play the game? I'll be honest, I'm getting super tired. I'll have to call it soon anyway. Oh, I don't think it's going to be a rematch today, Gracie. We'll have to do it another day. But I reckon we can crack this out for. You don't do that, Gracie. You're not old enough. You wouldn't get past all the verifications. The one thing I do know about that stuff is they're pretty hot on that because they'd be in some mad trouble if they didn't do that. I mean, you're getting forced to verify age for just watching things now. Um, so yeah, You're always a proper wind up, you are, Gracie. I think it's because I got you when I said that I did. And now you want to try the same thing. I don't know what comes up on my Mrs. TikTok about OnlyFans. So you know everything about it then. Fair enough. Oh dear. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Dreamy, you can have first game, next go, yeah? And I think I'm going to wrap this up. Let Alien stay the champ, because Alien gave a really good game. That was very, very well played. Oi, oi, oi. That was a proper win, that was. Let's spin around. Oi, see what battery we've got. 9%. I can put my brightness back up. Sweet. That means I'll be able to see the chat on here. There we go. Oh, blimey. Yeah, I am proper tired now. There we go. Let's just get that level. Oh, you watch. Oh, I see. But how would you do that though? Like, I suppose, well, maybe you have a VPN or something, but that's. What do you watch on there then? Are there guys on there? What, you maybe you're not into dudes actually, so I don't know. That was a massive assumption on my part. I'm too sleepy to think these things through before they come out my mouth. Oh dear. Um, well, as I understand, I think you do have to pay to watch Sparker, but I assume that they probably throw out a little bit of like freebie stuff. Maybe some of them. I don't know. I think it's like with all like a lot of things like this, you have to give a little bit to tantalize and draw people in before you expect to get like a payoff. I think that's the way with a lot of sort of like that kind of not like any kind of marketed stuff realistically where you're looking to get somebody on a subscription. So like TV subscriptions, even they'll do a certain amount for free before starting charging for the premium stuff, that kind of thing, and like games that let you play a certain amount, like Duolingo. That's a classic example actually. You can do a lot for free, but it's a hassle. And you don't get all the features, and they're kind of really trying to incentivize you to pay. And I know I assume it's similar to that on OnlyFans, but like I say, I don't really know. So I already had my bath, Dreamy. I had my bath earlier. I was in it for about an hour and a half or more. It was a long bath, but yeah, Sienna didn't get to play me at Connect Four, so she didn't get to win the prize of having me stream from the bath. So I guess I'm off the hook with that one for now. we'll yeah, Sienna's got a point. Well, no, I think Gracie isn't saying she is doing OnlyFans. I think she was saying that she watches it. So um, Sparker saying I'm too old to fall for any of that. Yeah, I like I'll be honest. I kind of assumed that it was probably like a lot of old men on there, just like which I guess there probably are some, but I from obviously what you hear on like people talking about it on social media and stuff, because that's where I get most of my information of that about this sort of thing. If I haven't got personal experience, then you kind of absorb information about whatever subject through what you hear and stuff. And generally speaking, there's like a lot of talk about obviously how like and was it Dreamy who was saying about in here about like obviously there's like like the younger generations essentially and like the middle-aged guys I guess and some of the younger group and all that kind of basically getting sucked in, and it's kind of destroying people's abilities to have proper relationships and I think this is a problem in the world at the moment. Women aren't valuing men and men aren't valuing women the same as we used to, and there's a lot of heavy expectations um, which then put each other off. It's mental. It's like everything's getting a bit weird out there. I feel like certainly my dating experience has not been cracking with the kind of people that I've dated. They have a lot of weird hang-ups and stuff. Finding just a fairly level-headed person who has some emotional depth is like not just completely erratic and chaotic, but actually some serious emotional depth. It's very hard to find. Um, I'm sorry to hear about your period cramps, Sienna. Maybe like a warm compress or something. I hear that helps with that sort of thing. Um, yeah, we'll check out Gracie's community page later where she posts a link to her OF. It'll go straight to a Rickroll, won't it? Immediately everyone gets Rickrolled by that. That's it. That's how it's going to work. Oh dear. So it sounds like Bulgaria in the 90s when I went to the solar eclipse. What? What? Eh? What? What is that referencing to? Even people engaged on YouTube, people just seem to want to fight. Yeah, it's not even just about fight. I think there's a lot of vocal people out there just like creating narratives because it gets clicks and views. But I genuinely think that some of like the issue is there's a lot of creators out there who understand that, telling people what they want to hear, like reinforcing their most negative thoughts and behaviors, kind of gets people clicking and sucked in. So, and people will gravitate towards the things that kind of like essentially justify some of the behaviors that they want to be able to do without really looking at themselves and going, this might not be a sensible way to behave, and maybe I need to work on myself a bit, rather than thinking about working on yourself. Um, like people will say, "Oh yeah, work on myself, do this and that," but in reality, they're not even doing that. It's just all smokescreen. Essentially, people are just avoiding, like being fairly kind of decent in order to just basically like have an easy way of it. It's crazy. And then a lot of social media, I think, is basically reinforcing some of these negative behaviours, and it happens in all different ones. It's not like a predominantly male or female thing. It happens across the board, different ages and groups and all sorts of things. And whether it's to do with relationships or something else, or even worse, there's just people out there who want to be able to justify a certain type of behaviour, and they can find people who will allow them that justification, and they'll just jump right in. And then because that person's enabling them, they're just going to keep clicking and they're going to keep watching, and it's like a self-feeding cycle. It's crazy. Gracie's like, that's not happening. I hate sharing that link, thank you. Keeping that link to myself. Yes. Oh, I kind of figured you would be, Gracie, because that link does not exist. Jamie saying porn hurts the sales of romantic films. Do you think it does? That's interesting. That's an interesting like thesis, I guess is the word for that. I guess it would, because they're actually, if you think about it, just logistically, they're spending more time with the porn than they are the romantic movies. But also, it does have a tendency, I guess, to simplify things. And to be honest, though, this is something I noticed on the dating apps: is people have a tendency to use, and this is people, not men, not women, but both sets are using dating apps to just get easy hookups, because it's a way to kind of like have like a band-aid, essentially a plaster for just making you feel like you had some level of, like, you get a little bit of like physical contact, physical intimacy that you're probably missing and craving, but also it then makes you like, obviously all the flirting and the kind of like talking back and forth, you need a bit of that too, and that kind of makes them feel good about themselves, feel like they're wanted, feel desired, feel connected. They get the physical intimacy and then job done, and they can get rid of that need and that urge for a little while, and then but not, and they can get it without needing to put in any level of like, you know, commitment or effort, and any other word you want to put on that, what all somebody might look at a negative side of a relationship, because there's actual work to be done. They can avoid all of that and just basically, can just get a little shot of the bits that they want, and the only payoff is that they can never have anything long lasting, and they can only ever have the quick fix. So it's not like a real relationship. You don't get all the bits that you actually need. You just get like a taste of it that's enough to kind of like make you feel like you've had it, just like a fugazi or something like that. Basically, just like a proper sort of like faking yourself up. Placebo, that's it. That's the word I'm looking for. It's like a bit of a placebo effect where makes you feel like you've had it even though you haven't, and then just repeating the cycle. And there were definitely plenty of people on there, and the thing is, they're taking all the romance out of it. And this is where I'm cycling back to what you were saying, Dreamy. Is like they're using that like easy hookups to kind of like not need a relationship, in the same way that you're saying that porn might stop people from needing romantic movies. And I think there's a very general shift towards that, where romance is basically dying. Like, it's in its death throes right now. It's ridiculous. Jimmy saying, when someone becomes accustomed to highly explicit material, more understated depictions of affection on screen may strike them as comparatively flat. Yeah, there is that. Yeah, that's true. That could be like desensitization, basically. Yeah, like the whole argument of like when like kids are exposed to violent movies and games, they get desensitized to it. The reality is that's only ever in a small sort of like particular sort of setting. If you had someone who actually got into a real relationship, they would soon realize that it was a big difference, and that real physical connection and a real emotional connection would feel very different. But until they're actually in the moment experiencing it, from the outside view, they look at that and you're right, they get desensitized to it, so they feel like that's the thing they need and not the other. And yeah, you're right, they can't, that there's that feeling there, but you take it out of the context of what they're watching and put it into like actual real life, which is a massive step. I grant you that is almost stopping them from being able to take that step as well. But yeah. Well, we've got a Gifford in saying hi Giffords, and you don't understand what's going on. I'm just chatting to my YouTube family, and we've got onto a bit of a subject that's is very interesting. Spock saying, I feel like when you watch YouTube, you have to accept what the creator is displaying. If you don't like it, just move on. You don't need to attack the creator in the comments. It's fair play. Is someone attacking, or are you just saying that? Oh, I see. That's part of you talking about people wanting to fight. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Though. Like you say, people come in wanting to fight. They're wanting the aggressiveness and stuff like that. Though, because it's that sort of thing. If you put people down, you make yourself feel bigger. And sometimes people come in and they're just looking for that. Again, they somebody like that, for instance. There's a number of reasons why they could do it, and a number of ways that this scenario would like be played out. But the crux of it is they're probably angry about something else in their life. Like maybe their boss is being a right muppet, and or they're feeling like life is unfair because they've like something has happened, whatever, and they want to have a moan at like this person, but they know they can't. Like they can't have a right old go at their boss, or maybe their mum or dad or their sister or brother has really wound them up, and they tried to have a go or try to say something and got shut down, or for whatever reason they feel like they haven't been able to get it out of their system, and they need to have that fight and feel like get it out, get the bad like juju out, or whatever you want to call it, and so they just pick a fight with somebody else and get the aggression out that way. And sometimes that's maybe because they just weren't able to in the other setting. Maybe they don't have the sort of the confidence to do it face to face with people. It could be that they tried but they were in the wrong, and so they failed to get their satisfaction, and so they'll pick a fight with somebody where they feel like they can be in the right. All different things really. There's so many ways that sort of comes out, where they're just looking for the fight. I like how Dreamy says the emotional or romantic charge. Yeah, I have to admit, I'm a proper hopeless romantic. I get the proper uh, romantic and emotional charge. I do. Jim saying, I've always felt that sex should grow out of love, not from a need to satisfy physical desire. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that's not the way that a lot of people see it, but for me, it's more just an expression of the feelings than it is um, the act itself. Um, Sienna saying, that's where I was. I didn't think I was worth of anything on a deeper level. So sort out encounters that were more transactional, looking for validation in the wrong place. Easy done, you see, Sienna. You're not the only person to have been there. I'll be honest. There were points when I was like in low points where I knew that I wanted something serious, but I didn't understand that like that I needed time to heal, that there were things that were damaged inside me that I needed time to work through and stuff like that. And so when I went out on a dating scene, I didn't intend to, but I ended up kind of um, like not really doing things properly. And I learned a lot of lessons about myself and about the dating scene and how everything's working, and yeah, and about the other people that I was dating. Yeah, just yeah, it's crazy out there realistically, and you know we're all struggling with some sort of issue internally. There's none of us is perfect, simple as that. So yeah, don't worry yourself, but you once you acknowledge it and you can start doing better. And I'll say one last thing about what Sienna said, which is that obviously you're well worth more than that. Sparker saying finding meaningful relationships is not easy or something you can write a plan for, Sienna, but good people will attract good people. I tell you, Sparker, absolutely bang on with that. There is that is it in a nutshell. Well put, my man. Well put. Uh, and that's fair play, Sienna. You're on a journey to love yourself as well, and obviously you being who you are, that journey, is something a little bit more visceral. That might be the word than some other people's. Like definitely more in the face, so to speak. More obvious. A lot of people are on a journey where they don't even see it. They're not even aware of it. Exactly that, Sparker. Sienna is a beautiful person. She is one of the good ones. Gracie's saying, I've got so much damage that will never heal. It will heal if you try to actually heal it and you don't avoid it, because that's another reason why people are busy scrolling these days, or like as we've talked about it, watching porn or hooking up with people on dating apps. All these band-aid kind of things to do, these distractions, if you like, they're just a way to distract you from doing the work that you need to do, which is healing any wounds that you've got and things like that. And a lot of people have wounds. A lot of us have wounds, if not all of us. And I can say this much: there have been some very very deep wounds that I needed to heal, that I thought would never heal, and some of them take a long time, but you can heal. It's even when it feels like it'll never heal, it can heal, but you've got to get in the right place. You can't have, if there's people around you damaging you, you can't heal while you're going through more harm and more damage. If you're doing it to yourself as well, you're not going to heal then. You have to give yourself chance to kind of have a breath, like, and stop in the negative behaviors, so then you can actually like heal yourself and actually work on it. But it's not easy. It's hard work. It's really hard work, and it feels awful when you're dealing with some of the stuff about yourself, like all the negative stuff inside, or even it's like stuff that isn't necessarily you, but you just realize that you've been in like a really bad pattern of behavior. Like I found that, like Noah, when I was with my ex, Noah would often say how I was a very different person and I'd changed over time, and I kind of just brushed that off, didn't really pay that much attention to it. I was like, yeah, well, people change, that sort of thing. But having looked back, he was absolutely bang on. But while I was in it, couldn't see it. Can't see the forest for the trees, as they say. Um, but yeah, I do think, looking back, there were some behaviours that I'd started to um, sort of just become ingrained, sort of responses, if you like, that had just been programmed into me to just sort of like deal with certain ways that are like certain like ways of being that were like within the relationship that I was struggling with, and they were affecting my behaviour of other people as well. Um, and I look at that now, and I'm like, there was a lot, and I've been able to like get myself out of those behaviours. And I'm quite impressed with how different I am now compared to how I was then. I'm almost like a different person, and I feel I'm not even like the person I was before that, because I've learned so much about myself that I'm so much more self-aware and mindful than I was even like when I was like obviously a teenager in my early 20s and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, it's growth is there if you want to work on it. If you so you're saying never does, Gracie. That very much sounds like you're waiting for it to fix itself. Nothing fixes itself. You've got to go out there and fix it. Like, I mean, basically, if a tap is leaking, you can't just stare at it and hope it's going to stop leaking. You've got to take some tools over there, spend some time on it, and fix that thing. And you might get a bit wet while you're fixing it. It might spray everywhere, but you've got to put the work in, get a bit messy if you've got to, and get the thing fixed. And it's a very good analogy for how you know when you've got a bit of something wrong with yourself, it might seem like it's not a big thing because it's just a little drip, constant, but and it might feel like that'll never go away, and you can stare at it and stare at it, and it never seems to fix itself. That's because it won't. You've got to do the work. That's not true. Loss does heal. It it never goes away, but it heals. It it gets less over time, but it can take a long time. Yeah, but and you can start to understand it, and you can accept it and grow with it. Um, it's not a case of black and white kind of, it's either there or not. I mean, people all around the world have to deal with loss all the time, um, but yet people still carry on. You're carrying on, Gracie. You're keeping and moving forward. That's all you've got to keep doing. And eventually, you find happy times and good things in life, and that loss can still be there if it was a big loss, but it doesn't have to like consume your daily life or anything like that. I mean, it's like, like God forbid, some like I think one of the worst losses I think anyone can ever go through has to be losing their own, like a child. I can't imagine how it could be any worse than losing a child. Um, and Yeah, if that happens, of course that's going to be with you for the rest of your life. But there are people out there there are many people who've lost children, and they still carry on, and that's because they'll take time to remember that child, probably on the anniversaries and things like that, and special occasions, and when they need to, they'll take the time to process that and think about it and experience that again whenever they need to. Whatever it is, however they experience that, that's what they'll do. But the key is to not let it not let it fester and not dwell on it so much that you end up like unable to do anything else and moving forward your life. So yeah, but yeah, loss is hard for sure, and it can definitely feel like you can't get past it. But believe you me, you can. Yeah, lots of pearls of wisdom, Sparker, which is not a surprise because you are not a spring chicken. You are not a spring chicken. So, us older guys, we have some pearls of wisdom here and there. Oh, they're kind words, and that is exactly how I feel as well. I don't think Gracie sees what we see when she thinks about herself, but yeah, we love Gracie, don't we? She's true good one. Sparker saying, being young is a very scary time, and the more people you can use as a sounding board, the better. Yeah, one of the hardest things about being young is listening to people who are older than you, because their advice sounds like it's just a cliche, or yeah, that might be true, but it doesn't count for me. I'm special or I'm different. But the fact is, some of the wisdom we've got is universal, absolutely universal. Um, and yeah, I've started to realize that I need to listen to some other people who've got like a lot of wisdom, but like really listen, like really take on board what someone's saying, percolate on it, assimilate that knowledge into myself. And obviously, you can't believe everything somebody says, um, but man, there were some pearls of wisdom out there to be found, just laying about if you're looking. I tell you. Dream is saying, I worked through a childhood trauma a couple of weeks ago, something I never thought I'd be able to overcome. That's amazing, Dreamy. Yeah, I definitely had to work through a few childhood traumas that were brought back up. I tell you, childhood traumas are like uh, tricky ones. They're up there on the difficulty scale, I will say. So yeah, respect to you for having worked through some. I mean, it's one of those things like I'd like to be able to say, it's not something you work through, it's something you're always working on. But that's not true. You can definitely work through childhood traumas and come out the other side and not necessarily like get rid of them, but like just like mutate them would be a better word, or at least understand them and control them and change them, and yeah, and you just grow as a person, but in a way that you want to grow in a positive way. And yeah, those traumas don't need to be controlling you and affecting you as much as they were, or at all even. Spock saying, "LOL, Molly. Well, to make me feel more old." Yep. I never said the word old though, did I? Grace says 7 years together, 8 months. Sorry, what are you referring to, Gracie? Dream is saying, when you find someone who genuinely cares about you, it can feel like that weight just lifts and fades away. Yeah, I mean, this is one of those like really long studies they've done, where basically, it just basically confirmed what we all kind of know. And a lot of people kind of like, oh yeah, that's true, but they don't ever really stop and go, no, that is true. That is actually really true, and I should be thinking about this a lot more, and using that as a way of making my decisions in life. But essentially, we are communal animals, and we need people in our lives, and specifically, we need support. And that can come from one person or from several. Um, and it's about strength of relationships, like really strong best friends. Maybe you've got a sibling that you can really lean on and they'll lean on you, or maybe it's a partner, whoever it is. And when we're little, we have parents, hopefully. I mean, not everybody has good parents, so, but you probably have parents, like in the ideal world, you'll have good solid parents that are there and dependable, and let you know what it feels like to be supported like that. um, and if you're paying attention enough, you'll learn how to actually give that back to people and support as well. But not everyone does. Not everyone has that level of parenting given to them. Some people grow up without parents at all, which is awful. But some people grow up with that level of support and never even understand that's what they were getting, and they get spoiled by it because the support came in a way that just like sort of thing. Kids get unconditional love, but at the same time, discipline might be forgot or something like that, or like keeping expectations in check, and then you get a spoiled kid, and it's like and things get lost other ways. So it's never as black and white as just one aspect. But yeah, indeed, Spark, I have the best family here. Saying, dreaming, my heart goes out to you with your journey through that kind of torment. But I'm so pleased that you're tackling it head on. Yeah, solid stuff. And that you found someone to lean on. Yeah, that's really nice, that is. Gracie, what are you saying? No, no, you've gone from 7 years, 8 months, 9 years, 8 months. What? Uh, who are we talking about, Gracie? And Dreamy saying, "Oh, that's really sweet of you." So, thank you. Oh, nice. It's nice to hear you gals getting on. And Spark saying, "Any trauma you are able to share it with a safe comfort on often helps." Yeah, yeah. Talking about your traumas definitely helps, Spark. I would agree with that. Um, and it doesn't even have to be the one person that you talk, because you probably have more than one trauma. Be honest, or at least more than one thing that you need to get off your chest. Um, and you might have a therapist to talk about that, and they're paid to sit there and be, helpful and not judgmental, which is a big thing. When you're trying to open up to somebody, it's really helpful to have somebody who's not going to be judgmental and is going to be supportive and try to be understanding. Um, and that's often easier if you don't have one person but you have several, so you can parcel it out a little bit to each person, and that also feels a bit safer. Sometimes it feels safer just doing it with complete strangers, which is what I think with this stream is sometimes a bit helpful for people. They can come in and they can just say something, and that's why I don't like to. Like, we get people coming in just looking for attention and say some random stuff. Like, if the first in the first few sentences someone starts coming out saying they're so and so died of cancer reasons, I'm like, honestly, why have you come in the chat just said that? It sounds so bogus. But I don't like to jump the gun and just go, no, stop coming in and fibbing. But definitely when we have people come in and they start telling their stories, and they've had a bit of time to get to know us, and they realise that this is a safe space, it does feel safer, because it's there's a certain amount of anonymity, and obviously we're not going to just suddenly pop up in their lives and be telling all their friends and family, they told me this is their secret. So it's a good place for that, I guess. Yeah, how long for what, Gracie? I don't know what you're saying. You're saying to me, are you talking about Blue? Is that what you're talking about? Are you saying that the loss of Blue is what you're talking about? Yes, Barker. That can be the way. Just like a life can be a series of just trauma after trauma. Oh dear, it's the way of life, isn't it? Really. Oh, crazy stuff. Ooh. Ooh, what time is it? Man, I've got to get my Duolingo done for the day as well. It's time to wrap this thing up. So yeah, Gracie, feel free to email me if you want to continue talking about this thing that obviously you're trying to be a little bit cryptic about. And yeah, Dreamy, if you want to email and talk as well, I can see you have things that you like to get off your chest. Feel free. And I'm sure Sparker and Sinner will be chatting to me at some point as well anyway, although probably I won't be talking about many people, anyone tonight. I will be responding to people in the morning. So if you can't tell, I am absolutely shattered and can barely keep my eyes open. Yeah, I've got 14 minutes to get my Duolingo done, so I've got to get it done. And we've got a cup of tea in saying rice and peas. Okay, well, might as well hit that sub button while you're in here, cup of tea. But for now, I'm going to say good night to everybody in the room, and thank you for joining me again for another random stream. And it's actually been really cool playing games with you guys and just chatting about this sort of really deep topics, really. But it's this is my jam, if you like, really. So yeah, really brilliant. And obviously without you guys, these streams just would never be anywhere near as fun. So yeah, I really appreciate it. I'll see you all tomorrow, and we'll have Ethan with us as well, which will be even better. But for now, you have fun.